Did you know that you can utilize Claude to create a mapping system along with a customer hotspot for your service-based business? That's what we're going to look at in this video. So check it out. Hey, what's going on? My name is Keith Collins, and I'm going to go over with you in this video how you can utilize Claude for your service-based business to map out territory and find like hotspots for your customers. All right. So let's dive into this quick tutorial. Let's look at a couple of ways and steps to utilize it. So let's dive in. So when you're utilizing Claude, one of the biggest things I will tell you to do is create project folders. I also have the paid account for Claude. So let's go ahead and dive how to do it. So you want to open up a new chat, and inside of that new chat, you want to give it like an example. Okay. If you have any files that, let's say, whether it's files like flyers, anything like that, for this example, they have files already. So we have the handyman flyer that they do like a little special. They focus on um, servicing, doing handyman stuff for mobile homes. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this in Claude. What I'm going to do is give it, tell it a little bit about my business, and I'm going to give it instructions. Okay, I'm going to tell it what I own. So in this, I own a handyman service business for mobile home units or buildings, and I want to create a mapping system. So I'm starting to tell it that I want to create a mapping system. I have a pre-prompt that's going to like make it easy for me. So I'm going to, in this prompt, I'm going to share with it a couple of things. Okay. I'm going to share with it who I am, where I want to target, what all I want in this Excel document or Google Sheets document, whatever the document is for Google, right? That's what I'm going to tell it. So I'm going to start and create the prompt and create doing it. I like to write my prompts out sometimes, so it's easier for me to think in my head. So you say here, we'll continue. Okay. All right. So I want inside of this document, I'm going to be servicing the Tri-County area, all of the mobile home units in the Tri-County area. So inside of this sheet, I want to have a master ranking to sort for the best opportunities, a scoring methodology for each sheet on the locations and having them ranked. I want a simple playbook with a English um, door script and some sales tips for my team, all in English. I also want the name of the location and the address. I would like the estimated numbers of mobile home units. I want to know the income level of the people in the area. I also want to know the services that are most likely needed. Since my business offers services for like handyman work, like flooring, bathrooms, kitchen, hanging up fixtures, lighting, exterior, like siding and stuff like that. One thing I don't do is the roofs and the windows. Okay. Um, I want to create a canvassing score sheet to where it gives me like the receptivity for that person to be willing to accept someone at their door. And then I want to know the language demographics, and you can put the canvasser language suggestions. Okay. And I also want to give me like field notes and tips. All of those are things that I want inside of this sheet. So I put all of that inside of the prompt, and I gave it like as much detail as possible so I can be clear. Now you can customize and change it based on what you want for your service-based business. Maybe it's older homes and all of those things. You have that freedom and flexibility. But this is a framework so you can get the most out of Claude as you're using it. So now I'm going to click the button, and then I'm gonna let Claude do its work. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Claude. I also use other platforms as well when it comes to like AI solutions, like Gemini from time to time. Sometimes I'll use ChatGPT, but Claude has been one of those things that I like the most because I'm able to see, and it shows beautifully. It thinks like me sometimes. Well, it thinks better than me. I'll be honest. It thinks better than me sometimes. And the cool part is, like, once you type in the things, I just like to speak it out. Most people are typers, and if you are a typer, hats off to you. I am not a typer, right? I'm not a. That's not me at all. So, but I just like to speak it out and I like to talk. So I'll shut up at the moment, let it do its work, and we'll get back to it and we'll talk and see what it has. It's telling me it's waiting patient and it needs a few more minutes, but that's not a problem. Listen, as we were talking earlier, most people that do something like this or trying to do something like this, they got to do research and all of these things, but Claude does it very well. So it's going to ask me some questions now. It's saying, hey, do you want to do it as a Google Sheet? What country? I mean, sorry, not what counties, right? And then said the honeydew list special is going to ask me all of these questions. So now I'm just going to go in. Obviously, you know me. I'm going to click the audio button, and then I'm going to answer the questions that is given me. So I would like to use this as a Google Sheet. We're going to utilize the Tri-County area. Give me at least 15 communities per county. Yes, I'm going to utilize the honeydew list special. The languages I would need to know, I'm assuming English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole, because it's Florida, right? And I'm going to have like a team size of like 3 to 4 people that probably go out, right? And then priorities, scoring priorities, I want you to rank the communities by where it's most likely, with no gate access and things like that, where there's not a heavy renter population. And then obviously I can see a lot of the repairs that are needed. So those are the criterias that I would like inside of this Google Sheet. So I put that in. It's going to clarify a little bit more to make sure that it says, so it tells me now, perfect, I have all I need. Let me build you out the 45 communities in 15 with the per area. So now it's going to do more of the work, and I'll just let it do it. I feel like right now I just need to play the Jeopardy music. Okay, I'll stop. So we're going to wait a little bit more as it does it. So let me know in the comments. Let me know one of the things that you like about Claude if you used Claude before. Let me know what are the videos you would probably want to see about Claude. I've just started, like, not just, I've been using it a lot for a lot of use cases to service some of the clients that I have, also like family, friends, and overall just my overall productivity. My wife is like a genius when it comes to Claude. So mad props to my wife there. And it's running the command, so we're just going to allow it some more time to do what it needs to do. And one of the funniest things I noticed too, like when you think about like using AI tools, and sometimes let's say if right now we're waiting like a couple of seconds for Claude to take place, right? We started to, I guess you would say, look for the instant results so quick. If anything takes longer than 10 seconds, it's kind of like, man, what's taking it so long? I can't believe how, but I find it really cool that like all of what we just did usually would take weeks of research. It would take just, I guess, conversations. It would probably take, like sleepless nights, testing it and all of those things. And so with a simple tool like Claude or AI, it just makes it easy. And I'm really excited about the time that we're living in. It can be a little scary, but I think if used the right way, a lot of people can benefit, and families' lives can be changed. And so I'm really excited about that. So it's still building. We'll give it a couple more seconds as it's running its command. I'm not going to rush it because I want the best results, not only for me to see, but also for you to see. So we'll just wait. So let's recap. I'll just recap a little bit about what we did. Okay. We set up the Claude. We created a um, whole entire new chat for it. We started off by having a folder. Okay. We told it the business that we're in. We uploaded any documents that we needed to upload, whether it's marketing material or things like that. If you want to put in your website, all of that stuff you can do utilizing Claude to give it somewhat of a knowledge base. We put everything inside of a product folder because that product folder is going to allow Claude to only use that information and any information you tell it to be able to give you the results that you want. Okay. We told it the demographic that we want, the language that we want, the types of community that we're looking for. We asked for a ranking system. All of those things are things that we told it to do. So now that Claude is done, let's take a look at the results. Usually what I do is I would do a simple download. It also gives it in an HTML format, and it also gives like a document. Well, I have a Mac, so I like to just use Google Drive, and so I'll just download it to my Google Drive, and so now we can see what we have. So obviously it shows us a couple of the areas. It shows us how to use it. It says you can use this workbook. Has 7 sheets. Each of the sheets has a specific job for my canvassing team. So if I'm building canvassing team, if I'm looking at marketing, however you want to use it. My background coming canvassing is easier to just knock the door and talk to somebody and generate a lead and generate a sale that way. So it gives us the sheet itself. It gives us the scoring, how it scored, okay, the different tiers. It also talked about team development tips, like sending 2 people, matching the canvasser with their language. It gives the master ranking, okay. So we're going to expand a little bit of the sales just so we can see where they are. We're going to, it's giving us the units. It's giving us all or how many people are in the area. It gives us, all right, so here we go. We have the county, we have the tier, right? We have the community, name of the community. We have the location of the community. Obviously, that's important, okay? You have the different languages that are available. See, Spanish, English, Haitian Creole, okay? And you give us a ranking. Remember, and if I'm trying to figure out what this ranking is, I'll go over here to the ranking. The scores here is high priority, okay? Anywhere from 25 to 30 is a very, very high priority. Like, you need to go here first, okay? And so we did that. So we'll break it down from Miami-Dade. We can look at Miami-Dade. We can see the different locations and all of those things. So there you have it. And it even gives the little door script. You know, hey, my name is da 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 da. That's a whole nother deal for a whole nother day we can talk about. But there you have it. You have the understanding of how they scored it and everything. And when you look at this, it might be easy to say, but that'll never work. Can that really work? Listen to me. I've built this. I've utilized the information, and I've went out into the different neighborhoods and territories and generated leads and sales. So it is possible to utilize Claude to help you in your service-based business to be able to go out and generate leads and start to build your business and your organization the way you want to.
Hey, hope you like this video. Don't forget to share this video, comment on this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, do all the YouTubey stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.